Is there a song like that? I feel like I'm really good at. Oh man, this thing is.
What time?
The show started. The last show we did started fucked up.
They always start fucked up. I can't. Listen, I've tried 10 chords. I've tried multiple things. I don't understand why it doesn't work.
Ted took off his head. He's done. Ted's already leaving.
Oh my God, Ted's dipping back into the bottle. We haven't even started, and he's halfway through that bottle.
Are you kidding?
He got here at 6 o'clock. He got here. He's been here for 40 minutes.
You're out of your mind.
Drinking
He's
the
lying.
Why would I lie?
Because you a liar.
He sits on the throne of lies.
No,
Liar, liar, pants on fire. That's my next one.
that's not a song, is it?
Than a telephone wire.
Just make up your own
You keep telling me these old lies. Still going out with other guys. You never heard that song?
You're just making that up.
No, that's a song, dude. It's
That's
a song
something
from
we
the
said.
60s.
We said that's something we said on a playground to
Pants
each
on
other.
fire.
That is not.
I swear to God it is.
I told you I heard that
Dick
stumbling.
Biondi used to play that song.
Yeah, I told you I heard that stumbling in song on Van Wilder when I watched it the other day.
Why do you masturbate to that show? That movie.
It's Ryan Reynolds and Tara Reid when she was hot.
I told Matt, hey, Ted.
There's a lot of nudity.
Ted,
in
I
that.
told Matt that Ryan Reynolds is like a mongoloid. He looks like to me, he's not. He's a mongoloid.
I just heard he sold.
What?
He looks weird, man.
Yeah, he's kind of got his like those eyes closed together. Yeah,
And
he's
you
got,
know when
he's
you
got,
can-
a little, he's got a little Cro-Magnon.
And
look
Ted,
to
you
him.
know
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
can really appreciate how weird he looks? He's got like 4 brothers,
Okay.
and they all kind of look similar. You ever see Patrick Swayze's brother?
No, I've never seen his brother.
It looks exactly like him, but like a mongoloid version of Patrick
Okay.
Swayze.
Yeah. So it's
That's
like
not fair. Patrick Swayze is incredibly good looking. He's just probably an average guy, but when you stand next to,
yeah.
who's the guy who plays Thor? Who's that guy?
Oh, Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah. He's got I think he's got like 2 good-looking
Chris-
brothers
Chris
and then
Hem-
some dope.
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair. If the brothers go out to the bar or something, and all the girls come up, and it's like, why are you here? He goes, I'm the oldest brother. I think it's the oldest
They
brother.
look
He's
similar
like,
though.
No, he doesn't.
Patrick Swayze's brother actually looked just like him.
Okay.
but he looked a little bit. It was like
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's
He's
a
a
bad
special
word to
ed
use. I don't-
version.
No,
The special ed version
No.
of
He didn't
Patrick
look,
Swayze.
No. He looked like Patrick Swayze. He looked like if you saw him in a bar, you'd be like, dude, you look just like Patrick Swayze. And he'd say, I'm his brother, and you'd be like, no, but you look like him.
Not that much.
There was a guy. It was actually pretty funny. He looked just like a pitcher for the Yankees back in the day, like Joba Chamberlain. He pitched for the Yankees for a brief period of time, like several years ago. But
He's the most obscure person.
Anyway, long story short, he was famous because he was a starting pitcher in the Yankees. But this guy, just an average guy, looked just like him. And he would go to the bar and people say, "Oh my God, it's Joba Chamberlain." And he would go, "Yes, I am."
Oh,
So
I know that story.
He milked that one.
So
He
we
milked
had a
that
guy when we were in high school. We worked at a pizza place. We worked at Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, and we
We
had
used to call it Chucky the Rat.
we had a teacher, one of the gym teachers, who looked just like Leon Durham. Okay, and we would never take gym. We'd never go to class. If we cut out of class, he'd give us notes.
Yeah.
He was a very bad.
Did he always have to leave at 1:00? He always have to he left work at 1 every day.
Yeah. But so he would come into the bar. He would come into the pizza place,
Yeah.
right? And that's how we would pay him back, and we give him free pizza and
Yeah.
stuff. But he looked so much like Leon Durham that he was not only was he signing autographs,
Yeah.
but he was taking broads home.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he milked that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
You know,
milked it.
you could do that back in the 80s. There was no internet or anything. I mean, if somebody looked like somebody,
Well, even now, I mean, like if you have a look,
The
I mean, there's
90s.
people who are like, once in a while they'll show like an average citizen who looks just like some superstar, and I'm sure, even if you looked him up, like someone looks like Brad Pitt, but it's not Brad Pitt. It's like Bob Pitt.
Armpit, his cousin Armpit.
Oh man, if you looked anything like Brad Pitt, you have a great life.
Yeah.
You have a great life. I'm telling you right now. You're every day you wake up, you're waking up at like 5 a.m. and you're staying up till like 4 a.m. and you're just going as many places as possible.
And what if you look like Rob Lowe? That's a good one too, right? I mean,
Oh, that his brother Chad Lowe. He looks like they look similar if you put them side by side, but Chad just a little bit
Mongoloidy?
uglier.
No, it's like I don't have a brother, but like, what if you had like a brother who was just like, just so successful and so good looking, and then it's like, oh, then there's you, and you just have to. I mean, like, I guess it depends like how the person processes it. I mean, like if they don't care about, like, say someone's like, well, I can't compete with that.
I could be your more succcsul brother, Ted. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
No. Well, here I'll tell you. My sister and I, we went to the same high school, and she was younger. And then the people would always say, you know what, you kind of remind me of your brother, except you come to class and you're smart and you're respectful. Yeah. And I would, I had teachers like, yeah, I got your sister in my class, or say to my sister, I had your brother in my class. What happened to him? What's wrong? What's wrong with him? You seem like you're such a good student. What's wrong with
all
him?
the teachers get together in a lounge. And
Raised by
they're
wolves.
like, I got that. I got the brother. Oh, I got the sister.
Yeah. Oh, she's so much
I
better.
got a rock. They say when they get Matt, instead of saying I got Matt, I got a rock. It's amazing I turned out to be a teacher. I was literally the worst student of all time, and that's even in high school when I went to class.
That's okay because Einstein. They thought he was on the spectrum. Like I don't think he even spoke until he was like 10. So I mean,
Ted,
you're
Ted,
late
it
bloomer.
would have moved up. I would have had to move up to be on any spectrum. Yeah,
That's because he's from Mars.
You weren't even on the spectrum.
Did you guys? We're talking about people that look alike. There is this thing, and it's legit. You can look it up. There's these 2 minor league pitchers. They're both gingers. Both have red hair. Both wear glasses.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, did you see it?
Yeah.
Did we talk about this before on the show? 'Cause
I don't know if we talked about it on
yeah.
the show, but yeah,
I don't recall.
They have the same name. They have the same first and last name. They're both lefties. They both pitch.
no relation whatsoever.
They both and they both
uncanny.
they're both 6'4". They both weigh the same.
Yeah.
And they look the same.
Could be twin brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. And the
They're
only thing,
not. They did a DNA test.
Yeah.
They're not
Oh,
related at all.
I think I saw that. Yeah, I saw like a thing on the internet. I see it was like 2 guys
alien butt probe.
and
What?
No, so we were golfing today, and one of the guys was we got
Who was
into
you went
we-
golfing, Ted?
Not me.
no, some other guy, other friends,
Yeah.
and one of the guys we started talking about
I
orifices.
got a real job. Mark.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And we
know,
started
right?
doing stupid stuff, and one of the guys says he watching some. I think he was watching Family Guy, and Quagmire got abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, Quagmire goes, hey, what's going on with the butt probe? And he goes, we didn't use it anymore. And he goes, but you still have it, right? And I saw one where the guy says, he goes, hey, now I guess you're just gonna probe my butt right now, and the alien goes, we've actually learned everything we can about the human anus. Yeah, he goes, we're moving on to the brain.
No, what, am I saying this word wrong? A doppelganger?
It's a doppelganger.
Doppelganger, yeah. So I mean, like everyone supposedly has one, right? So it wouldn't be kind of interesting to see like who.
I told you, my dad saw a guy in the alley. He was walking at his house, and he thought he's like, hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And the kid's just like, I guess it was like when I was about 25.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, oh, what? He goes, are you here to visit? He goes, mom's on vacation or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked, and the kid said something, and he had to get like 2 feet away from my dad before my dad went, oh man, I'm sorry, I thought you were my son. And I think the kid goes like this. He goes, oh, that's too bad. No, like he couldn't tell the difference between a random guy in the alley and his own son.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Am I that unforgettable or forgettable? It kind of freaks me out, man.
Yes.
Screw you, man.
I did see a couple of news stories with some guys engaged in unfortunately criminal activity, and they showed their mugshot, and one that guy did look strikingly similar
Like me?
to you. Yeah. So,
Was he blind?
he wasn't wearing some mugshot.
Yeah, beard.
I think it was just the beard. The beard
Wears the same clothes every day.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a new shirt on today. I've never seen that one.
Who, me?
Yeah, you and Ted wear the exact same clothes all the time. Yes, you do, Ted.
This one's different.
But no, Ted will admit it. But you do. You have the same like 3 outfits every time I see you.
You're a closet same dresser. You just
Yeah. That's a problem. Once you're around Ted for a long period of time, all your Tedisms, you just start to absorb Tedisms.
Wait,
is it? Yeah.
That Seinfeld episode where the woman, she wears the same dress in every photo, and then he goes to her house and like she has a closet filled with the same
Hey,
dresses.
Ted, I've never seen Ted wear
Genius.
that, and you've never seen me wear this.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You're dressed new. Ted wears that all the time.
Yeah, usually you get your Drake. You get your Drake.
Drake, Taft.
Drake
Well, it covers it.
Tap Drake. It's done. Yeah.
I'm just
describe
saying,
Mark's
man.
life.
I'm just saying. Oh, let's do some of this. We got some
No,
people.
I don't want to do anything now.
Oh, tough shit. We got some quick updates. Richie from Amherst Tree Services in Massachusetts. After we talked about the log guy.
Oh my God.
He said yes. You never throw large logs into the chipper. You kind of push them in. Smaller pieces you can throw in. And he said running the chainsaw inside the having a chainsaw in a running chipper is something someone does on their last day of work because they would be fired. Yeah.
And it's, dude, right? And it's also kind of it's what do you call it? It's kind of redundant, right?
A chainsaw inside the chipper?
Kind of redundant.
Wait, are you saying? Are you saying? I know the word you're using.
What
It's
am I
not
trying
redundant.
to say? Not redundant. It's
There's a different word that I don't
it's
say
kind of
anymore.
like
Overkill.
The stupidest thing you could possibly do.
yeah, but we should have called that company.
I'm not busting, dude. I'm not busting somebody. I'm not.
Someone's
not a narc,
gonna get
bro.
hurt.
Okay, that's
Like
him.
us. No, us. When the guy was like,
Oh, so we get brain on us.
what
when he gets...
Richie's saying is, like that. Those logs could probably shoot back out when we're on the green.
Yeah, I was so scared. I was so scared, man. I was so scared. And then let's see. Arliss from Munich, Germany, gets credit for being the first person. We got a lot of these. There is no Coriolis effect in toilets. Yeah. There's not enough water.
Oh, is
Toilet water spins whatever direction.
That's the word I was looking
the maker
for.
designs
That's the
it.
word I was looking
Yeah.
for.
I didn't know that was. I never heard that word before.
The chainsaw.
Coriolis.
Yeah, the Coriolis effect is the way the
Water
it
spins
spins
when
the
you-
water
when-
spins.
Oh,
and
okay.
it is
No,
different.
I was thinking about that when the chainsaw thing. That was Coriolis.
that was going to be like
What about Don Corleone?
no, that's gonna be like watching
Him
what
too.
that new movie. There's a new slasher movie out, Thanksgiving, where it's just a guy dressed like a pilgrim and he's
Is it
murdering
really?
people. Yeah, it's the guy. He's done all these crazy ass. I mean, violent. I mean, they're really the guy who did it. I think it's. I want to say John Waters, but I'm not 100% sure. Just absolute disgusting violence. I think he did one on he did a Christmas one.
Yeah, it's like the
He
Rob.
did
It's like those Rob Zombie movies. There's just a lot of
just
blood and
really,
guts.
really, really
Art
fucking
the
gross.
Clown. It's real graphic.
Rob Zombie's pretty talented. That Halloween, the remake of Halloween that he did 1 and 2, those are pretty good, man.
I've never seen.
They were
it.
really
Yeah.
good.
I just don't watch scary
Yeah.
movies.
Well,
And
there's scary like drama movies and there's scary like just blood and guts movies. You know, so
oh yeah.
so-
I
His
was,
last name is really Zombie.
is it really?
Yeah,
It's kinda
that's
cool.
their family name, Zombie.
yeah, that's kind of cool.
I mean, is there some guy? There's some guy walking around like John Rapist? I mean,
I don't know.
That's my family name. Yeah, I don't know what happened in the past.
Zombie's pretty cool. That's kind of
Yeah, that's a pretty neat name.
Wait, I'm drinking Zombie Dust right now.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking the one you got same from same
Drinking
company.
the Munster
Yeah,
Munster Fest.
and just speaking of gross, because we were talking about toilets. This is truly terrifying. Gwyneth Paltrow was interviewed a couple days ago, and this is what she said. She said her newish husband. Well, this is her newish husband. I don't know how many she's had, but this is the latest husband. Totally reminds her
He's probably a rock star, right?
of her father.
I thought she was married to Chris Martin
I don't know.
from Coldplay.
No,
Yeah.
that's done. That's
Oh.
done. That's an old one. She's got a new guy.
Oh yeah,
they're
of course she
really?
does.
Okay.
And she's on the view or the edge,
Yeah.
or the cliff.
Yeah.
And she said her new husband totally reminds her of her father.
So she has an electric complex.
Why? I mean, is that just gross? That's gross,
I wonder
right?
if the sex is the same.
Dude, I just don't understand why anybody would say that.
Yeah, that's not really a
No,
compliment.
I was just kidding, man.
It's not really a compliment.
No, not that part. I'm talking about the
Yeah.
Gwyneth. Oh, and by the way, if you're looking, if you guys are big Gwyneth Paltrow fans and you've noticed that she looks a little tense, she's had a very intense year. She's just started a new line of skincare stuff. So it's been really tough the last year getting the skincare.
You know, I always
stuff.
get her confused with the other one, the one who was in Something About Mary. What's that other blonde?
Cameron
Cameron
Diaz.
Yeah, I always get them. I know they're not the same, but they kind of.
They don't
They're
look anything
virtually
alike.
the same, but
Yeah.
they're virtually the
But
same.
they're kind of the
as humans.
same. They're kind of the same entity, right? The same carbon-based life form. You know, they
They're exactly
Yeah.
the same person.
kind of play the same roles in movies. You know, so yeah, they're like interchangeable parts. Like I wouldn't if you took out one and you
Dude,
put
you're
the other
doing
one.
the hand thing again where you're slamming it. It just drives me crazy. Every time you do that, my headphone buzzes.
Does it really?
Yeah.
That's probably because you have cheap equipment.
It's probably because I'm wearing the same clothes.
You're wearing different clothes today. Literally, you're wearing different
Well,
clothes.
here's the question: it's not. Are you wearing the same clothes? Are those clothes clean clothes, or are they dirty clothes?
Oh man, I don't even want. Oh, did you see that thing on the Manning cast on Monday?
I don't watch the show, but I heard it's quite entertaining.
So I think the last Manning cast, Patrick Mahomes was on, and he said his wife bought him a pair of underwear that he wore during a game, and they
Oh,
won.
yeah.
And he wears the same underwear every game. And this was the really funny. And I couldn't tell if he was serious or not. But he said, he goes, you know what? Sometimes he goes, the really bad part is sometimes they're not clean, but I wear them anyway. I got to wear them every game. And I literally saw you could see Peyton Manning in the background just doing one of these. Oh, he just made that face like what? Oh, could you imagine wearing dirty underwear to
No.
a football game?
No. But my father-in-law says you could wear the same pair of underwear four times. You go inside out, so you wear them regular, then you wear them inside out, then you turn them around, and then three times.
over your clothes.
No,
Over your
three
over your
times.
pants.
That's a joke he has going on with the boys in the family.
Oh, that is that is really.
Or you just buy a 6-pack of underwear.
I mean, we've
store.
all been there though, right? We've all done it. We've all had to do it.
We've had
all
no
done
choice.
it.
We've
Yeah,
had no
There was a
choice.
time where I didn't wear underwear.
I rode cowboy too.
For
Yeah.
like
Commando
in
style?
college,
You went
yeah.
commando style?
See,
Yeah,
I did it.
college.
I did it in high school.
You were
yeah.
you were like Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
You were like you turn around in the chair and then it's all
Yeah.
There's something. I don't know.
There's something free.
Liberating, especially
liberating.
in blue jeans. I don't know why.
So
blue jeans.
I did it with blue
Blue
jeans too.
it's
Is that
like,
weird?
feels so good.
Yeah. Oh
Wow.
man, I loved. I
But
loved that.
I have. It had to be button fly. You
Was
don't
it
want
called-
to. You don't want to zipper
No,
up.
no.
501.
Was it called going commando or going cowboy?
Commando?
Commando style.
For you, it's going cowboy.
Or in your case,
I would have
reverse
made a
cow,
great cowboy.
reverse cowgirl in your case.
I don't think you're funny. I really.
Cowboy ugly.
Yeah.
Coyote, I thought it was coyote.
No, you're just not funny. All right, so let's get this thing started because I want to get to Teddy's tips.
Are you dipping?
And no, I'm not dipping. and then I want to talk a a little bit about Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving's in what 2 days?
Right around
2 days.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, hang on.
So-
I got to talk to Matt for a minute. I mean, to Ted for a minute, Matt.
About Thanksgiving.
Do you think I'm going to get my movie mention in today?
Yes,
Ted?
you are.
Well, depending on how much talking we do, it's possible that you could get your movie mention in.
All right.
We have allotted a few minutes for that movie mention, Mark.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I'm not running things here. So
So I'm going to change stuff up, and I'm
That's
just
the
going to
problem.
use bad words on you. Hey, everybody, my name is Matt, and this is the real Three Idiots podcast. Wow, you fuck up the name of your own show. With me, as always, is a man who knows his way around a slaughterhouse, Mark.
I don't even know what that means.
I just feel like you would be.
I do
you
have
would
a
be at
teacher.
home in a slaughterhouse.
Mr. Morrison in high school, he was one of our older teachers. He worked in the.
Was he the sexy one you talked about?
No, he
before?
worked in the stockyards in Chicago when he was a kid, like
Really?
11, 12 years old. Yeah, he lost 2 of his fingers. So on his left hand, he had his thumb, and then the next 2 fingers were like stumps.
Oh
and
man,
he lost
no
him. He was-
shocker for him.
He was working in the. He was working. That's. Yeah.
Oh wow! You know what? And I still say this: if you have never read that book,
Upton St. Clair's.
Upton St. Clair's,
Stockyards.
yeah, the one.
No,
yeah.
what was it called?
I can't-
The jungle.
The Jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have never read that and you got nothing to do,
Yeah.
man, that is a great book, and it is just it makes you sick.
It's about the Chicago stockyards. Right?
It is, yeah. It's
Back
about
in,
making
like,
the
meat
Union
back in the
stock.
day.
It's one of the.
Yeah,
it
that's a
is
tough
actually
job.
one of the great books of
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's a great book.
Yeah.
20th century.
Absolute great book. And a man who has forgotten more about poisons than most girlfriends will ever know, Teddy.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, pre-Thanksgiving to all. Even though it's been debunked that, I'm thinking of Christopher Columbus. Columbus Day. I was going to say Columbus didn't discover America like I think America.
No, it was here,
appreciate-
Ted.
Yeah,
It was
it was
here.
already here. It never left us. So-
Yeah. No, he was the first one to come in and kill people there. Yeah, to randomly murder
No,
and kill.
like the Vikings came like 100 years
Did you
before
see that?
him or
Did
something.
they?
Yeah.
No.
Were they killing
No,
Indians?
No, they just showed up.
500. Did you see that article
No.
about It was Iceland. So they have evidence that what do they call them? Norids?
No, nomads? I don't
No,
know.
not nomads. Norids. And then like Iceland
Norse.
Yes, I'm sorry, Norse. So they have evidence that the Vikings were coming to Canada, to North America for like 500 years before Columbus. Like, so because they were harvesting trees, they were taking trees back and planting the trees. So they found a bunch of they've been testing these trees in Iceland, and they know that a good portion of them are like driftwood that they used to build boats with. The Vikings.
But I thought the guy from Iceland, he said that Thordor Thornson said
Yeah.
they don't really have trees.
No, they were using they weren't planting the trees.
Oh, they were taking the trees.
They were using them to build boats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they weren't planting them.
exporting them back.
They
to
were
the country.
exactly.
Yeah,
they were
so-
so they were coming here. So there's trees that are only native to those trees don't exist in Iceland. They're only native to like Canada and like parts of like what we now know as like Maine, and somewhere else. But up in that whole region, and they know that that's where this wood came from. So they were coming over here like 500 years before Columbus, like in the 1100s or whatever, even before that, I think. And then they said that I don't know if they were bartering with the Native Americans or how that was working.
They must have bartered.
They had some
because-
relationship because it wasn't like, I mean, they were coming here for hundreds of years.
And so they knew, obviously, when they found like the Viking ships, that the wood that they used to build the ships was definitely not from their home.
they
nation,
knew they were getting the wood from somewhere.
Yeah.
But they were bringing the wood. They were taking the wood from back to like Norse, and then they were going to like England and shit like that.
No, it makes sense. I mean, you don't really get credit for discovering a country until you go there and you kill everybody.
Yeah.
right?
Because the Pilgrims supposedly came here in what 1682, the Mayflower, or no? Wait, am I confused?
No, dude.
I don't.
We're
remember,
not doing history.
I don't remember the story.
1692, right?
1692. Yeah, the
don't know.
Mayflower.
Oh,
I don't know.
1492.
No, that's when 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue,
Yeah.
sat on the grass, tickled his ass in 1496.
What was it? 200
No,
years
no,
later.
listen,
So I think
it was
Pilgrims
Ted,
come back.
Ted.
God, we are idiots.
Ted, we're not doing History Day.
Okay, yeah.
But today is National Television Day. On this day, November 21st, 1927, the first TV was invented.
Oh wow, that late?
Yeah.
I thought it was around before that.
And the next day, the commercial was invented. Yeah, immediately right after.
I thought Charlie Chaplin was doing silent films in like 1910. So how much? That's so
Well,
much
it's
I
on
know.
film, not TV.
Oh,
though.
yeah, that's true. That's right. Silent films.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get to Teddy's tip, and we got a new sponsor, a new something brand new. So this
They're
is kinda
always
cool.
new.
No. There's some of the people. Nearly Foods has done a lot of stuff. Yeah, and there's a bunch of companies that do a lot of stuff with us, but this is a brand new one. Join the Truth Channel this Thanksgiving as they look into 3 of the world's biggest moments and try to uncover the truth. Was the JFK assassination really a suicide? Was the destruction of Pompeii caused by massive volcanic explosions or the result of the world's first terrorist bombers? And finally, you will learn the truth behind the moon and the moon landing. Is the moon really a secret LGBTQ 2+ kg base where homosexuals are cloned, then exported to America to destroy closeted Republicans and bring down the American government and destroy democracy? This holiday weekend, you will learn what they never taught you in school. You will find out that everything Fox News has been telling you is only a drop in the bucket. This holiday, you will learn the truth.
That's a show?
It's a channel. So it's
Channel.
it's a new channel. The Truth Channel. Yeah. They just tell you the truth about everything, which is
I thought
pretty
you
cool.
said tooth.
Oh, they tell you their version of the truth.
No,
channel.
Ted, there's only one truth.
Oh, there is.
Everything else is just pretend.
Wait, wasn't there a boxer? His name was Carl the Truth Williams. That's the only truth guy I know. Like the
That's
90s.
a good nickname. That's a good nickname.
No, there was a boxer. His name. I think
I
he was,
remember
he
him.
fought during like the Tyson era, but it was
Yeah.
like Carl the Truth Williams. You know.
Yeah,
So.
the truth was that he lost.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Marquise.
All right. Theodore was a tipper, was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single tip he gave, but I helped him drink his crown. And he always had some mighty fine crown, singing joy to the show with all our highs and lows. Joy to the listeners who just get it. Joy to Teddy's tip. If Ted were the king of the show, tell you what he'd do. He'd get right back in his car and just drive straight to the bar, singing joy to the show and all the highs and lows. Joy to the listeners who just get it, and joy to Teddy's tips.
Nice.
So
I was kidding about the driving to the bar thing.
Of course,
Ted.
yeah, we don't.
Just joking.
So that was my absolute favorite song.
Three Dog Night, Chuck Negron.
Yeah. Absolute favorite song. I had that single, and when my sister hears this, she's gonna text me immediately. I played that song on a phonograph so much that I had to buy a new little was it single 45?
45.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Oh
You
my
really
god.
like the heck out of that song,
Dude, my aunt got me hooked on that.
Yeah.
I could probably sing the entire thing.
Yeah.
Every
It's
single
actually a long
verse.
song, too.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of instruments in it. You know, Chuck Negron's an interesting guy. He wrote a book, and I learned about this on Jonathan Brandmeier's morning show a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
He had him on the show. He had Chuck Negron on the show back in the 90s when he wrote this book. It's an autobiography. It's called Three Dog Nightmare. It's amazing. He was a heroin addict, like in the early 70s. He got clean like in 91. But this guy died like 5 times. Like he was a homeless heroin addict on Sunset Boulevard. He was in a motorcycle accident that he should have never lived through. There was like several other stories that, I mean, he was like down and out, like a derelict, like in bad shape. Bad shape. So the name of the book is Three Dog Nightmare.
All right, yeah, interesting.
And he's updated it like 4 times too.
Does he keep dying?
No. Like new chapters because he's been doing very well for the past 30 years or so.
Well, yeah. Once you stop doing heroin, everything gets better.
But he was
for everybody out there who does heroin. As soon as you stop, your life gets better.
I think that Mike Lindell, that My Pillow guy, I think he was like a major crackhead. I mean, like major crackhead before he kind of.
And you know what? You know what the problem with that is? It messed him up permanently.
They had his pillows at Menards.
Yeah, they're selling.
They're at Menards.
They're like $4.
I thought these.
Yeah. I mean,
I want a My Pillow.
I heard bad. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard people like saying bad things about it. But
you
it's
wake
probably
up thinking
because
very right winged.
No, you sleep on the right side. It doesn't work if you sleep on the left side. I don't get it. All right, Teddy. Here's your tip. And Teddy, I'm telling you right now, the more people send us stuff, the more I'm praying that they don't take your advice, because it's weird that people are sending us like really personal stuff.
Well, I'm glad because we're here to help because this is a public service announcement channel, partially.
Okay, yeah.
Just in part, yeah.
Ted's drank half a bottle of vodka right now. Okay, and here you go, Ted. Carl from Atlanta, Georgia here, and I need your help. Every Christmas we have a very big party at my aunt's home. Pretty much everyone in the family comes. About 100 people show up Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We've got a big family. I'm pretty sure nobody knows this, but I'm gay, and my boyfriend and I are thinking about going together and walking in and just announcing that I'm gay and that we are together. It seems easy. It seems easier than slowly telling people. My family isn't the most open-minded group. Good idea or bad idea? Now, hold on. He adds this extra stuff, and this is why I think people know this. If you kiss enough ass, you're going to get your question on here. Mark, your movie mentions are pretty good. Matt, I got on Audible, and I'm listening to the first GFL book, and it's amazing. Keep up the good work. Ted, Cape Buffalo are nasty, but we've got feral hogs down here that will mess you up.
I believe it.
Nice. So is this from Carl the Truth?
I think Carl wants to tell the truth.
Carl from Atlanta, yeah.
I think Carl wants to tell the truth.
Wants to tell the truth
to
a lot of
Ted,
people.
Ted, is it a good idea if he just walks in with his boyfriend and says, I'm gay?
Carl, I'm going to have to give you, I think it's a bad idea. I'm going to have to give you a hard no on that one. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, if this was like 1925 in Mississippi where, being, gay or homosexual was like such a taboo, but we live in a modern society where it's very commonplace. It's not that big a deal, so when you want to make that announcement to everybody, and and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's almost like the analogy I'll give you is like if you went to somebody's wedding and then announced your own wedding at somebody else's wedding, you're basically just kind of taking away the thunder. You're taking away, the vibe from somebody else's, party. So just picture this. Your aunt's hosting a party for 100 people. They're just there to have a good time for Christmas. They don't need your sexuality foist upon them at that particular moment. I would say, here, bring your boyfriend, have a good time. Limit, I wouldn't go like PDA, public display of affection, overload, just have a good time, relax. And then when it's over, just slowly tell your close friends and family. I'm sure the word will spread, and I'm sure life will go on, and you won't be judged. Yeah, but I would say that's a hard no, Carl. I don't think that's a good idea because you know what it is. It's not so much that you're gay, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just about you're going to make it all about you. And your aunt, think about all the time she put in for this party.
Holy shit!
To host this party, where she should be getting the praise for hosting this party, for I'm sure putting it together. So just with all due respect, don't make it about you at that particular time.
I am floored. No, like
I think Ted just vodka dropped.
I don't even know what to say right now. That was possibly I got goosebumps right now. I don't even know what to say. That is possibly the best advice I have ever heard anyone ever say for fuck Ann Landers and Dare Abby and Dr. Oz and all. That is the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, thank you. And Carl, good luck to you out there, brother.
Wow,
hot Carl.
Holy! Well, Teddy and I were talking about that because I sent him the tip, and he goes, what's a hot Carl?
Well,
I'm like, I don't know.
You don't know what a hot Carl is?
Wait. There's hot Carl, then there's Filthy Sanchez, then there's Cleveland Steamer, and then I know we're gonna have to Urban Dictionary
Rusty Trombone.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Man,
I
don't. Bronco.
Okay. Wow. You know a lot more than me. So.
Dude, I am I don't even know what to do. Right. I just want to. You know what? I want to stop the show and just say that's it. We're good. Yeah. Wow, that was awesome.
Carl, you'll be good.
And that is half a bottle of vodka. Why do you drink Crown? You're so. You know what? I'm not buying you any more Crown. I'm just buying you vodka.
Mark, with all due respect, this vodka was already half empty by the time I got
I
here.
know.
So-
I know.
That is absolutely not true. Okay, so now you guys know that other. Wow, I can't believe this. You guys know that other countries don't necessarily celebrate Thanksgiving, but they do celebrate like the fall. They do have different things.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys do anything that's not like do you guys do anything that's like more that goes along with your nationality than Thanksgiving? Do you guys do anything special?
No.
What are you Oh, he's going right. See?
No, you know why? Because I don't even think of myself. I'm not nationalistic at all. So
Neither am I.
yeah, I just don't have any desire to celebrate. I mean, I respect people who do, but I have no desire to wave the flag of whatever country I think I might be from. It just doesn't. I'm just not wired that way
Pretty
personally.
Sure you're Greek, Ted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did have a euro the other day, though. Just FYI.
Of course you
with
did.
everything.
That's unbelievable. So we've been doing the show a year and a half, and I think like every fourth show, Ted's had a euro. I haven't had a euro in like 5 years.
I mean,
At least 5 years. And I love euros.
I got a Greek place like real close to where I work.
Dude,
so
Dimitri's used to be the best.
and the
Dimitrios.
Dimitrios, yeah. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
and then the
my
Greek
God.
Greek chicken, the Greek seasoned chicken with like the pita, and you put a little
I eat that,
tzatziki
yeah.
You know
sauce
what?
on it.
It's
Yeah,
not
so-
doesn't even come close to a euro.
Okay, yeah.
No.
So, you know.
That is one thing. You know what?
Dimitrios,
If I
man.
had something I would eat once a year, because Jack and I were talking about it, because he basically doesn't eat meat either anymore. And that's one thing he said is he goes, I really don't care about ground beef. I really don't care about pork and that kind of thing or whatever. He goes, but ribs. He goes, man, if there's ribs, he goes, I'm eating ribs.
Ribs are good.
I'm like, hey, it's not going to kill you, man. It's fine. But so I went through and I was looking at what other countries do to kind
Not
of
necessarily
celebrate.
on the same day, but in this
Oh
time
no,
of
no,
year.
they're all in the same that kind of
Same
year, right?
year.
They're celebrating fall. They're celebrating stuff. Okay, so in Canada, in Newfoundland, Canada, they have a celebration, and they do eat. You know how we eat turkey and stuffing? This is what they eat. Are you ready? They eat a meal of boiled meat and split pea pudding.
haggis.
Listen,
I
if
was
you
gonna say,
said
it
two words,
it sounds like shepherd's pie or haggis, like you said. They
Haggis.
got that
boiled meat is not
Boiled
shepherd's pie.
meat.
No.
Shepherd's pie is fantastic.
But I heard haggis is not that.
Haggis.
I
It's
would
like
never eat
stomach. It's
that.
like stomach intestine or something.
It's
like,
boiled. It's all boiled, right? Yeah.
Yeah, split pea pudding. There's nothing. My mom used to make split pea soup, and I'm telling you right now, if there's anything more disgusting,
Oh, you don't
that
like
you
split
could-
pea soup? Oh my
the
God, I
most
love
disgusting
split pea
thing on
soup.
the planet.
No, I disagree
planet.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I would go to bed hungry on those days, like beaten
Split
by
pea
my
soup
father.
with the ham bone, cooked with the ham bone.
God, it's
Oh, the broth is basically ham bone broth. It's
Ooh,
incredible.
That sounds good.
It's delicious.
it is
unbelievable.
physically.
So
I'm going to throw up any second.
it's funny. I remember when I was a kid. I can't remember how I was in like preschool or first grade, but it must have been preschool. But anyway, I remember they would serve a hot lunch, and like I think it was like once a week, or whatever. I mean, it was a long time ago, but I remember it was like chicken a la king, and it was just like when I smelled that, I mean, I would get so nauseous and like you talked about, like I just couldn't
Wasn't it
even.
red? Wasn't it like
It was
red?
just a stew. It was like that
Yeah.
yellowish goop. It looked like
Oh,
gravy with
God.
peas and carrot pieces in there, and I was just like, it was like the worst thing.
That's like what do you call them? Pot pies, chicken pot pies.
Chicken pot pie, but chicken pot
Disgusting.
pie was good. But
No,
but
disgusting.
this was not good.
Oh, chicken pot pies were absolutely fucking gross. In Germany, they have a festival of thanks, and they eat chicken and rooster. You know what's funny? I didn't even look it up. What isn't a rooster just a male,
male chicken, yeah,
What do
roosters.
we eat?
Yeah.
We-
We eat chickens.
Okay, and we don't eat any roosters.
We don't eat cock.
You don't. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay, so who's
I
ever out
think- I
there,
think
go ahead
it's-
and hit us up with
No, I
if
think
between a
because,
rooster and a chicken. I don't know
I
what the
think
difference
roosters are just real muscly and lean, and I don't know.
is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They work out a lot.
I don't. Well, they fatten up the chickens like it's kind of gross and sick when you think about it. Even though I cooked chicken for dinner tonight, but
Sounds like someone needs to get spanked.
Let's see. In the Netherlands,
Exactly.
what just happened here?
and this is kind of wild. In the Netherlands, they don't really eat anything. They don't do anything. Everybody goes to this 900-year-old church, and there's a name. It's like Verkerte Gelukkig.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everybody goes there, and it's like it's like they're inundated by this
all at once. Everyone
I
there?
guess
The
they
whole
kind of
country?
travel at different times and everything, but that's the thing. You go visit this 900-year-old
Is that
church.
called an homage? Like
Yeah, probably like a pilgrimage or something.
Pilgrimage,
Yeah, and they
yeah.
do that once a year. I thought that was pretty cool. In China, they have a 3-day moon festival with
I
every
heard of that.
every
Can
kind
I
of
pronounce it?
terrifying food, every kind of
Yeah.
terrifying food you could possibly come up with. I mean, I didn't
Mushu
even-
pork.
dude, it is,
worse than
dude. The shit they eat during this is
Cream of
absolutely
some young
disgusting.
guy.
cream of
Are we
some-
let's not do that. Let's not do that. But the best one, and this is the one I save for last, is Ghana. Okay,
in Africa.
Ghana in Africa. You ready? They have a 3-month celebration. Yeah,
They know how to
90
fucking
day-
do it,
90
dude.
days.
They know
That's
how
what
to
I'm
do
saying.
it. Seriously.
that's what I'm saying. They know how to fucking party.
You know,
It's a
everything
party.
started in Africa. Maybe that's the start. Maybe that's a new thing, right?
That's where the discovered Australopithecus in
That's-
Africa, which is original man.
And now they're
supposedly.
starting a 90-day thing.
Dude.
It's definitely not a 90-day fast. That's for sure.
Well, when I was looking up that stuff, when we were talking to Tim last week, and I was looking up stuff. One of the things about America that everybody laughs about is how much we work without taking any time off, without vacations and stuff.
Holiday.
Yeah, yeah. Every other culture,
Yeah.
or lots of other cultures actually, have like extended holidays,
Yeah.
and they don't work. They don't work so much, and somehow we've been fooled into thinking that it's cool and that you're special because of your job. Because remember when I said to Henrik a couple weeks ago, I said, "What do you tell people when they ask you for what you do?"
yeah,
And he
yeah.
said, "They don't. They don't. Nobody gives a shit what anybody does there, right? It's not about that at all. How did we make what we're doing all so much about work? Like that's a special thing. It's just work.
yeah. I mean, we just work to pay bills and live our life. I mean, it doesn't matter what.
No,
the
but it's
job
our
is, you know,
identity,
I go to work.
right? Oh,
I go to work.
Oh man, Cool Mo D.
That's Cool
I
Mo D.
love that song. Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll hear that in the Olympics next year
Or Ted's
when they're
Tips.
breakdancing.
I go to tip.
Ooh, man, if you wrapped up, I gotta be involved in that. Please, God, let me be involved in that. All right, so I had to laugh at this.
You could call me Mark.
and there's two parts to this that blew my mind. I mean, completely and totally blew my mind.
See, we need sound effects. That's
got-
where a sound effect would come in.
No, you know,
Okay,
if we,
I
you
mean,
know,
I can
it-
get
but,
a
but,
thing
but,
that-
but,
Can you
you,
do
but
that?
you know
Yeah.
what? But you know what? If we had sound effects, that would imply that we're not good enough. Like our conversation's not good enough. Like we need something to help us. So I don't think we need sound
Oh,
effects.
you know what we could do, Ted? We could have a horn.
Yeah.
So when Matt says that blew my mind,
No, we need
the
a air-
sound
no,
of
no,
his mind
no, we need
blown
a-
would be that horn.
No, we need we need an air horn or a cowbell. So when someone says something inappropriate, we go ding 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 or.
That's Matt's
You
mind.
mean like
blown.
like the morning zoo? We can have sound effects like the morning zoo. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you ever see those like American Got Talent shows? So you know,
No.
like I haven't watched
I've
those
never
forever.
watched it.
So obviously everyone's like a professional singer now. All the amateurs are like
Yeah.
basically professionals. But basically, I hate the show or shows like it because you bring somebody out. And so this person's supposed to be singing. They're supposed to be showcasing their voice, but then they have like professional backup singers and a band, and it just
Is
kind
that
of
right?
Yeah,
They're
and
doing that now?
and it just
I have no
and
idea.
it really waters down the performance because it's like you can't even hear the person singing. It's like I like those shows where like you said, there's no music. It's just the person singing, like those a cappella groups.
like American Idol
Yeah, whatever.
for the most part.
yeah.
I don't watch that either.
That's like me going on stage and having like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey being my backup singers. It doesn't matter what I sing.
Which one's
because-
dead?
yeah, one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean maybe not her.
One of
but
them's dead. I think isn't Mariah Carey like whacked out?
Beyonce, let's say Beyonce and Mariah Carey.
God, she is so hot.
She's still married to
my
Jay-Z,
God,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Jay-Z. I was jamming the other day. I was at the gym and I was jamming Ludacris and Jay-Z.
Is
I'm telling
Ludacris
you-
dead?
No, he's alive.
Okay.
But man, his music is awesome. I completely forget because I don't know how much new stuff he's had, but man, his stuff is.
I know.
Awesome.
I know a couple guys that they're just like crazy about him. I know one song like Empire.
Yeah,
It's-
I just it's really cool. But okay, so this was totally weird to me. There's a new movie coming out. Are you ready? It's called Coyote versus Acme. Take a guess.
The
Come on,
Roadrunner. The
really?
Roadrunner.
Coyote
So
versus
he's
Acme.
suing Acme.
He's
It's like
yes,
a lawsuit?
yes.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty funny.
he gets a lawyer and he's
That's
suing
funny.
Acme.
Is it a
for-
cartoon?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
For all the shitty stuff that he has bought over the years.
Has
Yeah.
to be in the tens of thousands. So my question was, remember I brought this up several episodes ago, like why can't the Coyote, since he has the resources to buy all this elaborate stuff from Acme, he can't catch a Roadrunner, why not just buy like a frozen pre-dinner Roadrunner and he could eat that?
Why not just
and a microwave.
Well, I think he's just
Why doesn't he
obsessed
just
with that Roadrunner.
Yeah, if he's got the money, why doesn't he just get online, find someone to murder the Roadrunner?
He tried that before, didn't he?
He was busted.
Hire a hitman. Hire a hitman.
Yeah, he went to jail because he got the FBI. But now here's the weird thing. We may never see the movie, and this blew my mind. You said whatever, okay? So I didn't know this, but movie companies actually make a bunch of movies, and they finish them all the way through.
Oh yeah.
And then they eat them for the tax break. Oh. Yeah, and we never see them.
Yeah, I know.
Is that what? It's more.
The tax write-off.
This is what blew my mind. It's worth more money to them to spend 10, 15, 20 million bucks, whatever it is, to make the entire movie, and instead of selling it so that people can see it, whether it's a hit or not, whatever, they eat the whole thing, take the tax break, and then we never see those movies.
So even if they release it straight to DVD, they won't get the tax break. So I'm
No, they just won't even sell it. They
Right.
just won't. No one. They make, over the years, over the last, 20, 30 years, the article I'm reading, they've made tons of movies that no one ever sees.
But you got to remember why that happens.
Everybody gets paid.
You got to know why that happens.
Why?
It's all union and it's all contract. So they've already, if they sign a contract and everybody agrees to go on, to do this, producers, actors, directors, then if they just nixed it, so they just do it. They're paying them anyway. It's fucking funded already. It's fully funded. Everyone's under contract. Everyone's going to get paid whether they finish it or not. They might as well finish it and write it off.
But
and the actors, they don't oftentimes even know if they're going to scrap it. There's just one that just came out with somebody who's really famous. It was like a superhero movie or something.
Batgirl.
Well, Batgirl's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about
yeah.
that one. There's another one just now they were talking about. But it was like 50 million. Like the budget was millions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, they spent...
Batgirl was...
And so what they did with Batgirl is they put out all these fake releases and all these things that said it was a terrible movie and all this kind of stuff and it was awful. No, they just wanted to eat it.
So is that like
they
the movie you're talking about, the Wile E. Coyote? What's that about?
That's what it is. It's Coyote versus Acme. He gets a lawyer.
They already made it?
Yeah, it's made. It's made.
Oh.
Yeah. So even our cartoons...
I'm guessing Nick Cage plays the Wile E. Coyote, right?
It's just funny you should mention that. Nicolas Cage is actually in a movie that was just released. It's supposed to be pretty good. Like, he's actually pretty...
Oh, that's where he's bald, right?
Yeah, he's like critically acclaimed role. He's like Nicolas Cage. I can't think of the movie, but it just
critically
came out.
acclaimed?
Allegedly, yeah, allegedly.
Like what critics? Because I see things
Roger Ebert.
I see things like
Cisco and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs up.
Everyone loves this, and then I look down there and it's like Ed's movie productions. Yeah, I mean you can get anybody to say anything.
Yeah.
Not me.
Well, I mean,
yes, you could.
Well, he's actually it's funny. Nicolas Cage for like a top. I mean, like he's basically like a top star. Like he's made like a lot of movies. He even admitted he made a lot of quote unquote bad movies because he was in debt due to his like whatever real estate purchases he made over the years. But yeah, I think whatever the movie
he bought like a what do you call it? Not a
an island,
mausoleum.
A mausoleum. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He bought like a pyramid mausoleum for his eventual death.
Like the Taj Mahal?
It's built.
Like the Taj Mahal?
Yeah, it's built. He's got a pyramid mausoleum for his eventual death.
Are all the Coppolas going in that?
I think it's just for him. I think it's just
like
for him.
prepaid for all the Coppolas.
We're going to wrap him like a mummy? Send him to the next life?
But I will tell you this, Mark's Movie Mentions is not for sale, so forget about it.
Well,
because you have standards and ethics.
That's absolutely.
You have ethics.
You do have sponsors.
Well, if they put pressure on me, I guess. But
yeah. Would you know what? Since we're talking about it, do you want to do your movie mention right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
please.
Wait a minute. We got it.
I know.
There's a lot going on here. Hey, all you movie maniacs. It's time to find out what Mark's been watching while Teddy and I have been visiting some of the area's sleaziest bordellos. Yep, it's time for Mark's Movie Mentions. Mark's Movie Mentions are brought to you by Horseburger. Try Horseburger for our Ride and Dine special. First you ride it, and then you eat it. Go to horseburger.com to find a location near you.
Whip it.
Whip it good.
Was that my theme song?
Yeah. Okay, Mark, regale us with your movie mention, and I'm going to tell you about one of the movie mentions I watched of yours and how much I hated it.
Okay. He already told me, but all right. So my movie mention tonight is The Indian Runner. It's a film from 1991. Sean Penn wrote and directed it. I think you all know how I feel about him. I saw this movie. I do. I saw this movie at Piper's Alley in '91. At a $7 million budget, it made about $200K at the box office. It's 2 hours long, and like I said, Sean Penn wrote and directed it. So it came out limited releases. A lot of these movies are Piper's Alleys, were not widely released, so the numbers are skewed. But Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 big thumbs up back in '91. The movie stars, and this is great, Viggo Mortensen,
Yeah.
Oh, I like
I
him.
remember him.
David Morse,
I don't know who that is.
Patricia Arquette,
Yep.
and featuring, I love her, featuring Dennis Hopper and Charles Bronson.
Holy
Fucking awesome.
Love,
shit.
love Dennis Hopper.
So I didn't know this until recently. I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan, and I love the album Nebraska. The song, and I was listening to Nebraska about 5 years ago. I listen to it all the time, but about 5 years ago, I was listening to the album. I was working out. One of my favorite songs on it's called Highway Patrolman. So I'm listening to this song, and I had like an epiphany. I was like, oh my God, that's the Indian Runner movie. So I had to go back and watch it. I was like, I'm blown away. So the movie is based on Bruce Springsteen's song from the album Nebraska called Highway Patrolman. It's about 2 brothers, small town brothers in the 60s. One gets drafted into Vietnam. The other one gets a farm deferment. So he stays in the farm, and that goes under, and he becomes a sheriff. Gets into law enforcement, becomes sheriff. His brother comes back from Vietnam. He's all fucked up. He's kind of a wild guy to begin with. Gets into some trouble, and it's all about him in the same small town. You know, he moves back to the small town. He comes back to town with his pregnant girlfriend, and they get married, and then, you know, it's just a bunch of shenanigans. And then, you know, and there's a great, it's such a great movie. Dennis Hopper plays a whacked out fucking bartender. It's incredible. Charles Bronson plays their father. He's only in it for a little bit, but Viggo Mortensen, oh my God,
That's
man.
a young Viggo Mortensen. I mean, that's
91,
30 years
yeah.
ago.
Was he in G.I. Jane? He was the drill instructor in G.I.
Yeah.
Jane with.
Didn't he punch?
He
He
beat
punches.
the crap out of her.
Yeah, he punches her right in the face.
I like the part where she like goes to
No,
first. I like the part where she goes to first. He like slams the door in her face.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
All right.
Oh my God.
So the movie, it's a pretty tense movie. It's disturbing at times, but I give a lot of the disturbance to credit to Viggo Mortensen's acting, especially with Patricia Arquette. I love Patricia Arquette, man, and she's beautiful, and she's
back in the day, she was hot.
she's
Yeah.
beautiful in this movie, and she's great. I
When
mean,
when did that come out?
1991.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it was like before True Romance came out. You know, she was really big back then. David Morse is great in the movie. I mean, I think that a lot of the great acting from like David Morse and Patricia Arquette, a lot of that's coming from Viggo Mortensen's intense character. I mean, it's just
Wait, is Viggo Mortensen the guy who stayed or the guy who went?
he's the crazy brother who came back
Oh,
from
okay.
Vietnam. He's kind of wild. But I mean, I don't want to give too much away. I mean, here's what I would recommend: listen to the song "Highway Patrolman" on Springsteen's album Nebraska. Listen to that song a couple times, and then go watch this fucking movie. It's
All
a
right.
fantastic movie. It's 2 hours long, but it's great. It's actually one of my you know, it's the top film. I love Sean Penn, so I see everything he does. But
Sean Penn is very talented. I got to
Yeah.
admit.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
so-
he's
especially,
super
I mean, this is one of the first movies that he wrote and directed.
yeah.
He did a bunch, you know, back in the late '80s and into the '90s, and this was a pretty big one for him. The Indian Runner, highly recommended.
Wow. Okay.
You guys haven't seen it, right?
No.
That
Okay,
one
cool.
I,
Yeah, you should
I'm,
see it.
I'm almost 100% sure I haven't seen that.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
movies
no,
I
it's-
haven't seen.
It's
actually.
fantastic. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And so I'll give you a quick update. I got about halfway through Totally Killer, and it's a goddamn time machine movie. It's
told
just
you
there's
that.
no way to do it. I know, but I give them all the benefit of the doubt, but you just can't do it. It just doesn't make any
You see
sense.
Hot Tub Time Machine 2?
Okay, that was funny.
I'd rather see Hot
that
Tub
was
Time
funny.
2 or 1?
I saw one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, once you've seen one, there's no way there's any
See how
joke
he,
in two.
See how
But there's no way any joke in
what
two
he does.
is-
He does this. He's like, oh, no. How about Hot Tub? Oh, that was good.
I didn't know there was 2 of them.
Yeah, but
I hate vodka. Oh, that vodka's good.
I heard a Hot Tub Time
no,
Machine.
No, I didn't. Hot Tub Time Machine was funny,
It's
and
a
I
time
ignored
machine movie.
the time machine part.
That's what I asked you
But
to
it
do.
didn't
in this.
rely
I
on
asked-
the time machine part.
This one doesn't either. I asked you to do.
It absolutely relies on the time machine part.
Okay, don't ruin it for everybody else. That's a quick, fun movie. It's not like it's a 2-hour movie.
What?
Totally Killer. I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes. It's like a Netflix.
Oh, so it's only 17. It's only like an hour and 17 minutes too long. I just don't. Okay, if you're trying to be any kind of seriousness with a time machine, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
You're not hurting my feelings. It's not one of the best movies I've ever seen. I was just a movie I mentioned because it just came out. It was topical at the time. Halloween, all that,
Yeah.
right, Ted? I'm just trying to reach out. I think a lot of the kids. Jackson said he liked it.
Yeah, I mean,
see, okay,
he hasn't been tainted by the Time Machine movie. Yeah,
All right.
I know. I've just read so many books that Time Machine just doesn't.
Jackson's
work.
old lady liked it.
Yeah, she did.
So,
She did.
all right.
All right. So you guys want to do feel good story or true crime? It's up to you.
Mark, I'll leave it up to you, brother.
Feel good, true crime.
I want to go true crime, Ted. Is that okay?
I agree with you. Yeah,
Okay.
let's go true crime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready? Here we go. Teddy, you are going to especially like this one. It's got a great Teddy vibe. Okay. So Macon, Illinois. It's a small town.
Oh, heard of that. I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is, but I heard.
So
of
it's
it.
a small town in the middle of Illinois. 215 people live in this town. Okay? So it is really, really, really small. Okay? About 2 years ago, their retired police chief up and disappeared.
That was his name? Because they have weird names down there. Up and disappear.
No. He just disappeared. He
He's
retired.
not part of the and disappeared family.
No, he is
Okay.
not.
All
So he's working, and then he retires and he disappears. Theories. What could have happened?
Well, how long? So he retired and disappeared immediately, or
So
was it like a couple
in
years?
20, I'm going to say in 2020,
Yeah.
2021.
Okay.
So basically at the beginning of 2021 in January,
Yeah.
he retired.
Okay.
He was there for a little while, and then by September 2021, no one, and it's a small town, no one has seen him now for a couple of months.
I actually, in full disclosure, I actually read this by happenstance. I happened to read this story just actually this morning, so I actually know what happened. So I'm not going to say anything. But
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah.
So how many years was he on the job?
He was on job for quite a while. Yeah,
All right.
quite a while. He was there for a long
Married,
time.
kids,
No. Girlfriend. Any theories?
pension.
Yep, fully pensioned, all set to go.
How old was
Great
he?
guy.
How old was he
Everybody
when-
loves him.
how old was he when he retired?
71 years old.
Okay. Yeah.
71, retired,
And he just disappeared
gone. No one,
off the face. He's there one day and he's gone the next day.
gone the next day.
Never heard from him.
No one knows anything about him. Yep.
And you want me to guess what happened?
No, just take a guess right now. Any theories that you have right now, just off the top of your head? You know it's a crime. You know something bad happened. Any ideas what might have happened?
I'm thinking he probably left somewhere, and someone's probably looking to get his pension.
Maybe. Okay, so the cops, right? He disappeared for a long period of time, and now it's been about a year, and the cops are like, they're the cops that are there. No one's seen or heard from him. No one knows anything about him, and they really start trying to figure out what's going on because it's weird. He hasn't contacted anybody.
What about the money? Is checks being cashed and stuff like that?
this? I don't
Like
know.
his income?
This I don't
Okay.
know. I have no idea.
Because
But
he would be getting pension checks, not Social Security, right, or whatever.
yeah, pension checks. But he's
Yeah.
lived in that town his entire life. Okay, and he's just gone. Okay, like I said, he did have a girlfriend at the time of his disappearance.
Did she work at the Waffle House?
You know what?
There's
I-
probably-
I-
I don't think there's no.
She at
there's-
Piggly Wiggly
there's-
or
there-
Waffle
there's,
House?
There's no Waffle House in Illinois, I believe, Mark. I think all the Piggly Wigglies are. I mean, Waffle Houses are in Indiana and Michigan and.
what?
I don't think there's a Waffle House in
Oh,
Illinois.
they're called pancake houses.
pancake houses.
Yeah, the house of
like
pancakes.
a breakfast, like
House
a
of
breakfast. Yeah.
Okay, so he did have a girlfriend. The police went over there and asked her what happened, and she said her basically her quote was, "He just up and left." He's gone. He's gone.
That's
right?
what them up and left people do.
Yeah. So he's working. So it's been now about a year and a half, and the cops are starting to pound the pavement, and they're thinking that possibly his girlfriend is not telling the truth.
And Mark,
Okay.
as you know, there's no statute of limitations on murder. Just FYI,
There's not.
there's no statute of limitations, and you can convict somebody of murder without a body too. By the way.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay,
Okay. So
that's all I know.
and
Peterson-
Teddy, you
Peterson.
sure you saw this today? You read this today?
I did, yes. I think I did. If we're talking about the same, I didn't see the name of the town, but the way you describe it, yeah, I think I did read
He
it.
probably read it over your shoulder. You didn't even know it.
No, I read it.
Ted's a vampire.
I saw it.
What is a
Nosferatu, dude.
vampire? The world is a vampire. All right. So any ideas? Anything at all? Girlfriend
Well,
says he's
first
gone.
knee-jerk reaction, he's fucking buried in the backyard, and she's cashing his pension checks.
Okay, that's a good good theory.
Good. That's a good guess. That's a
so
good guess.
so that's funny. The first thing I thought of was look for the money, right? But remember, it's been a year and a half, and these are the cops of the town that he worked in, and they haven't found anything at all. Okay, they haven't found.
Well, I mean, that
anything.
doesn't surprise me. It's a town of 250. They can't be like
Well, all I think of is
there's
that
not a lot of murders in that
all
town
I think
that
of
they
is
have
that
to
story,
investigate, right? So they're not experienced in that.
right. All I think of is that story was in Pennsylvania where they said
The Keystone
woman,
Cops
where
recovery.
the woman committed suicide by stabbing herself.
Yeah, they
17
found her. They
times.
found her in a kitchen with stabbed in the back and torso 17 times. Yeah, I think they reversed the autopsy.
All right,
decision on that one.
so now it's
Well, it
about
was an electric knife.
Yeah.
Got out of her hand.
So it's been a year and a half, and the cops now are pretty sure something bad has happened. Okay, so they start to go and they go to the local dollar stores. They have Dollar General stores there. I mean, they're not really big, right?
Yeah.
And they show her picture around, right? And they're starting to ask people in different places if they bought anything strange or if this woman has done anything strange. Okay, and a couple of the people who've been working there for a while said, "Hey, you know what? I do remember her." And what I remember is she came in and she bought every single bottle of eye drops we had with a credit card. And I can give you we have credit card receipts from back then. She would come in and buy, like, they went to many local dollar stores, Dollar General stores.
Stupid can you be?
And she bought like 100 bottles of eye drops from like 5 or 6 Dollar General stores around there, and they had the credit card receipts.
She needed moisturizer, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dry eyes.
Now here's the cops. Remember, this
dust storm a coming.
Yeah. Well, it's been a year.
It's
been a year and a half now. Okay, so the cops are suspicious because they feel like no one has eyes that dry. Okay, no one has.
Well, we hear the end of this story where no one's going to have dry eyes.
No, it's sad. Okay.
Oh, that's the feel good story I was thinking of. Never mind.
Here's the sad part. This is the sad part. The Maquon cops, after a year and a half, finally knock on his girlfriend's door. Okay, and say
they haven't really spoken to her since that.
They've spoken to her only, but they knock on her door and say, "Hey, do you mind if we come in?"
Oh boy.
And just look around. Do you mind if we come in and look around? Because
without a warrant.
I don't know if they had a warrant or not.
Well,
but
no, they can ask.
But whatever. They said, "Do you mind if we come in and look around because we haven't seen?" I'm going to say Bubba.
Was Bubba living with her at the time that
it's his house, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No, she's living at her house. He was living at his house, but they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, but his house is completely obviously he's not there. He's gone. So like his house is empty.
His house is empty. They've been in his house.
Mail's piling up.
Well, yeah.
Grass is growing. Yeah, he's gone.
They've been in his house multiple times.
Okay.
They go to her
house. Right. Okay.
Right. And they said, "Do you mind if we look around?" Now this is the weird part, right? She says yes. She says absolutely. Come on in. Take a look around. Okay. It takes him about 15 minutes for them to find a cardboard box covered up by a couple of blankets. Yeah. And the cop says, and this is all in the transcript, the cop looks at her and says, "Hey, do you mind if we look inside that cardboard box?" And what do you think she says?
Yes.
Absolutely. She says, absolutely, go ahead and look inside that cardboard box. So I guess there's a cat. This is one of the funny things. There's a cat on top of the things. They take the cat off. They take the blankets off. They open up the box. And what do you think's inside the box?
The sheriff.
Many body parts wrapped in plastic. So, yes. I need you to understand what is happening.
Is this a story you read, Ted?
I didn't catch that part, but yeah, I kind of knew what happened.
Fell asleep.
No, I knew what happened in advance. Yeah. So
okay, so there's body parts in there, and they say to her, "Hey, what are those body parts?" And Ted, you didn't see this part, you didn't read this part, so you're part of this. Mark, you're part of this. What do you think she said?
I don't know.
Take a guess.
She says, "I don't know."
She says, "I don't know." Teddy, what do you think she said?
She said, "It was an accident." And I was scared. And I didn't want to tell the police, and I panicked.
It's way better than that.
I panicked hard.
No, you know what she says?
Oh.
She goes, "Yep, that's the police chief in there." That's the police chief.
All hail the chief.
In the box.
So basically, it's like the movie Seven. What's in the box?
Yes.
He was in the box.
That's the police chief in the box. Now, you would think...
So they never went in her house.
They never went in her house.
So it's not Jack in the box, it's police chief in the box. Okay.
And in this box, and this is awesome too, because in this box, for a year and a half, has been the body parts of this chief wrapped in plastic. They're wrapped in plastic, so that's why they didn't. That's why it didn't smell.
Not even in the freezer.
No, but it was wrapped in plastic. It didn't smell.
Not encased in concrete in the basement, just right there.
Ted,
huh?
Ted, how about not throwing away driven 100 miles and throw away an arm, a leg? No.
In a cornfield, I mean.
Now, of course, the cops ask the magic question. You ready? Why?
Yeah.
Why, Miss? Why do you have the body parts of the police chief wrapped in plastic in your house? Take a guess, gentlemen. What did this woman say?
I'm assuming she looked at them and said, "Well, that's a stupid question."
Oh no! She gave an actual answer. She gave a complete and total answer.
Here's what she probably said. I didn't read this part either, but I'm just guessing. He died of natural causes. I panicked. I didn't want to tell his family, so I kept him here.
There's no way she's saying that. Look at what's going on.
Teddy's half right. Just so you know, if you want to take a guess,
I was going to guess that
Teddy
she's
is
like
half right now.
I was going to say that she probably said, I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, you ready? They ask her why. She said he died of natural causes. It's hard to do. And she put him in the box because she's been trying for almost 2 years now to fulfill his final wish of being buried in a Native American tribal cemetery. And it's been taking her a really long time to make this happen.
A lot of paperwork, a lot of paperwork.
So why did she chop him up?
Not asked, not answered. At least not according to the story. Not asked, not answered. Why is he in pieces here? And she said because she wanted to fulfill his final wish of being buried
Normally
in a Native
what happens
American
is
tribal cemetery.
if that happens like normally, as soon as they see the body, they put her in cuffs, and then they take her somewhere.
She is not, at this point,
She's
she
still not
is
been
not
arrested?
arrested. Okay, now, you ready? The cops say, we have to take this body with us.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, we have to take this body with us. Are you cool with that? She says yes. Okay. And then they leave. Now, this is all in the story.
She chopped him up, though? That's disgusting, dude. Did you do that, Ted?
I think he dismembered himself personally.
He cut himself up, then he killed himself.
Oh, that's how he died.
Yeah. Okay, so now, this is the
And then he saran wrapped himself.
this is the best part. So the cops
Maybe
are there.
he pre-wrapped himself.
he saran wrapped himself, and then he cut himself up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what you got to do.
He was pre-shrink wrapped. Okay.
God, Ted, you're so stupid. You can't do it after.
God.
How are you going to shrink wrap yourself after you have no arms on?
So the cops,
Captain Dan, you ain't got no arms.
Captain Dan, you're encased in plastic and you're dead. So are you ready? They say okay, and they got to take it with her, and they're walking out, and this is all part of the whole thing, and this is all things that everyone has talked about. The cops talked about this, and as they're leaving, they get in the car and they're driving away with the body, and everything's kind of done, and there's other cops
Wait,
there.
and they left her there?
They left her there. They left her there.
Under surveillance, obviously.
Hold on. It gets better. It gets better. On the way from her house to the morgue where they're taking the body, one of the police officers who knows this guy, he's an older guy, he turns to the other guy and he says, "Wait a minute. The former chief of police, he's not Native American."
Well, I mean, Elizabeth Warren, she's not Native American either, but maybe she's like 100th Cherokee. So maybe it's possible.
So they bought her story and then realized.
Maybe,
and then somebody had to say,
no, maybe he's like,
wait a minute.
Maybe he's like 100th Cherokee or
Yeah.
Iroquois Indian. It's possible.
Wait, he was the chief.
Captain Dan, you can't win a marathon.
Not the
you
Indian
ain't got no legs.
He was the chief, though, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't Geronimo. He wasn't Geronimo. He was the chief.
Maybe she thought he was, or maybe he did because they gave him the title chief.
Chief. Yeah.
Okay. So
Said, I must
based
be
on
Native American. Everyone walks around calling me chief.
Yeah.
based on this, they take the body to the morgue and they test it, right, to see what's going on. Because remember, they did kind of do their research and they found all the eyedropper things. That was the thing that stood out to them, that she had bought all the eye drops.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what they find out is, and I found out when I looked it up, is if you have enough, eye drops are fine. If you orally take eye drops, it is very toxic.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I know.
they run the toxicology, and the guy had enough eye drop solution, and Teddy, you'll love this, citalopram.
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 Yeah.
He had enough eye drop solution in citalopram to kill, are you ready? Several hundred people.
Oh, I thought
So
you were
it's
going to
like
say.
fentanyl.
I thought you were going to say Cape Buffalo.
Yeah. Several hundred people. That's how much he had
And
in him.
the autopsy and the coroner said he was trampled to death by Cape Buffalo.
And then they drive back to go get her, and she's gone.
Nope. Are you ready? It takes 4 full days from the time that they get the toxicology report, 4 full days to arrest her for murder.
Yeah.
And so here is my question. Who is dumber, the cops or this guy's girlfriend?
The cops.
She kept the body.
Well,
All she had to do
in plain view.
If they go to her house,
she's not well. She's not making rational decisions.
it's
They're
been
sup-
a year and a half.
They're supposed to be the rational detective. They're supposed to be the ones that could figure this out.
I don't know.
Okay, is the last place you look at the girlfriend's house?
That's
the last place they looked. Literally, the last place they looked
That's-
was her house, and that's where they found him.
that did blow my mind.
Okay, so who's stupid?
Well, she's obviously the dumb one, but
She thought she was going to get caught right away. She kept the fucking body. She thought they're going to come in the next day.
usually with any murder,
She wanted to be caught.
with any murder, you go to the person who was the last person to see that person alive. So we have to assume that she was the last person to see
Yes.
this guy alive.
She
girlfriend
wanted to
in a
be
town,
caught.
Yeah, in a town of 215
Yeah.
people.
You
They
don't do
didn't
that
go
unless you
into
want to
her
get
house.
caught, right?
They
You
didn't
don't-
go into her house until a year and a half later.
Yeah, you don't do that unless you want to get caught. She didn't want.
Or
A lot
is
of times
she just that dumb?
Well, she was smart. She was smart enough
She
to
did
obviously buy
everything
all the
she
eye
wanted
droppers.
to do. She
all the eye
just didn't
drops
think it
in
would take
town.
2 years to get caught.
And then here's my favorite part because I was trying to figure out who's dumber, but when she bought all the eye drops, she had a credit card, and that's how they remembered her. That's how they were able to prove that she was there, not just people.
See?
Because when I thought about this, like, oh, have you seen this person? I think back to Henrik, right, where you can kind of be tricked into thinking you saw or anything was possible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I mean, someone who's good at what they do can make you either think you saw something or you saw something and make you think you didn't.
What's like gaslighting? So for example, how many murder cases have we read where before the suspect was caught, they were at Home Depot buying garbage bags, a big 50-gallon drum,
What? Who's
a
wait? Who's
chainsaw?
who's that guy?
Peterman.
Peterman.
Yeah.
That's
No.
not gaslighting.
Oh,
Peterson.
Peterson, yeah,
Peterson, I'm
yeah. But
sorry.
it seems
Yeah,
like where
Peterman.
most murders,
Peterman's our
they're always at
quarterback.
like some hardware store or some like
Yeah.
Menards.
Well,
or
that's why I'm saying
buying stuff, a
Well,
shovel.
he's different. He didn't. That's why I'm saying she wanted to be caught like a long time ago. Like she thought they would find that suspicious from the get go, and then she kept going and going and going. And next thing you know, 2 years later, she carried out the whole goddamn plan. She probably wanted to get caught when she was buying the iodine, the eye drops. I'm sorry, the eye drops. She probably wanted to get caught when she was buying the other stuff. Because if you do it that way, you figure, well, this is pretty suspicious. Someone's gonna
So
ask me why I'm doing.
So the
this.
funny thing with eye drops is, I think if you put eye drops in people's food, I think it gives you like the shits. It gives you like the runs.
No. If you give enough, it's
Yeah,
super
yeah,
toxic.
but like
Yeah,
if you want to
but
just
small
harm
amounts,
somebody
yeah.
without killing them, it's not like a normal poison. But I'm saying, but citalopram I think is an antidepressant. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a combination.
What did
of
they poison Michael Jordan with?
Michael
Michael
Jordan?
Jordan?
Michael Jordan?
Yeah, remember the flu game? They poisoned his fucking pizza.
I don't remember
What?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, did you ever hear that story?
No.
Is this going to be on the Truth Channel soon?
No, they've come to the realization like a couple of years ago. Tim Gunn tells a story. His personal trainer. They were all in Jordan's room. There was like Tim Gunn was in there, Jordan was in there, a couple players, a manager. They were all in the room, and they ordered a pizza and from a place. It was in New York. That was the flu game or Utah.
New York pizza is terrible.
No, it was in
No,
Utah.
it was Utah.
Yeah, Utah.
Oh God, Utah pizza
So
has
they-
to be even worse.
So Tim, he answers the door, and there was fucking 5 guys there delivering the pizza, not the burger guys. There was 5 guys delivering the pizza, and he's
because
like,
they wanted to see Michael Jordan.
they didn't say bring it up to Michael Jordan's room.
So wait, if you poisoned a pizza, why would you have 5?
Can I finish the story?
But this seems suspicious.
Can I finish the
Go
story?
ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
So there's 5 guys there, and he's like, well, this is weird. Normally it's just one person delivering the pizza. So they brought the pizza in, and he said to everybody in the room, hey, man, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't have a good feeling about this. This is fucking weird. They knew it was for you. All these guys brought it up there. Something's not right. And then Jordan tells a story, too. Nobody else, Jordan's like, he said, fuck it, I was hungry, I ate the whole pizza. No one else had a piece. I ate the whole pizza. No one else had a piece, and I was sick as shit. And they call it the flu game, but we know it was food poisoning. He's like, And Michael Jordan says I was poisoned. I mean, they put something in there that got me sick.
Yeah, well, obviously they didn't do a good job because he obviously still scored the game-winning point, so they didn't.
Well, it was a phenomenal.
They didn't load it up. They didn't load it up enough.
I just find that very difficult.
And poor athlete eats a pizza before like a playoff game. I mean, like these guys have like strict diets, right? I mean, you can't eat that stuff.
You're talking
right?
about Michael Jordan, who golfed 36 holes and drank like 12 beers and smoked like 4 cigars, and then went and played the fucking game against Cleveland.
Those
stories. You ever hear those stories?
Poor Craig Elo.
Who tells us Craig Elo? No, who tells that story? One of the Blackhawks, Chelios or somebody, goes golfing with him that day.
Yeah, what happened was he lost to Chelios, and then he wouldn't let Chelios leave until he
or
beat
Dennis
him.
Savard
so
or
he played like he played like 36 holes against him. He wouldn't let the guy
He's
leave.
like, dude, don't
until
you
he
got
won.
a game tonight?
Could you imagine?
No.
I mean, but that's the guy you want on your team, right? He can't even lose a golf match. Like he can't lose anything. How would you like to be his kid and be playing checkers against your dad? He's like, sit down here, you little shit. Nobody's going to school until I kick your ass. Oh man, that is intense. But I don't believe one goddamn word of that.
Well, they tell the story, so I mean, it's out of their mouths, not mine.
Yeah.
I'm just regurgitating it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Yeah, okay.
It sounds reasonable.
You guys want to end on a positive note?
Sure. What was the feel good story we were going to talk
That's
about?
what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's talk about something positive. Okay?
I gotta go.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Wow.
All right, so
Go look at your future endeavors.
So yeah, so a lot of things we talk about are really negative, but I want to talk about something positive. If you're listening in America and you're a woman, congratulations. Yeah, good news for you. Right now, and it's the biggest gap that's been happening in 40 years, women are living almost 6 years longer than men right now.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I thought they've always lived more than 6 to 8 years longer than men.
No, this is the biggest gap.
The average age for a male American, I think, is 74, right?
You know what?
As of right now.
For
right
a
now,
guy,
it just came out. It's like
I know
74, 76 or something like that.
in America right now, the life expectancy is 78.5 years.
78, okay.
Yeah, 78.5
For a
years.
man.
Yeah.
For a man.
So so the ladies are living almost 6 years longer, and again, that's the biggest gap in 40 years. So women are living longer than they have in 40 years, and here's why. Okay? So if you're a lady, again, feel good about this. Men are dying of diabetes, heart disease, unintentional injuries, and suicide at a significantly higher rate than the ladies. Good job, ladies.
Yeah, I can
Why is
see
this
that.
a feel-good story? We're all guys.
Yeah, but I mean, the show isn't just about guys. It's about ladies. Ladies, celebrate. Yeah, yeah. And you ready for this? You want to feel even better?
Girl power.
Yeah. Ladies are living, you ready for this? They're 50% less likely to die of a drug overdose than fellas. That's right.
I believe that, yeah.
Yeah.
So
50% less
they're
likely.
invincible.
They just make better life choices, obviously.
Yeah. And you ready for this? They're a third less likely to be homeless and suffer from mental illness. Is that awesome? If you're a woman right now and you live in America, you have to feel great. Yeah. Yeah. Just look across from you.
Unless your boyfriend or husband suffers from all those things that you just mentioned.
You know what, Ted?
No.
Bruce Jenner was onto something.
That's why you
Guy's ahead of the curve.
That's why you switched teams?
Bruce Jenner saw the writing on the wall, man.
I mean, but think about that.
Wait,
If you're-
what's his age now? How old is he?
she?
I'm sorry, you're right.
I have no idea. I couldn't give a shit about Bruce Jenner or most people. But
Caitlyn-
listen,
Caitlyn
we're
Jenner?
celebrating
Caitlyn
Caitlyn Jenner.
Jenner. I'm sorry, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So we're celebrating the ladies right now. Okay. Now, if you are listening in another country and you're not in America, you can also celebrate because there are now 50 countries that have a longer life expectancy than people in America. 50.
Japan, Korea.
Wrong. No, some of those are correct.
Italy, Greece, anything with the
South
Mediterranean,
America-
anything with
South
the
America, man.
Mediterranean diet, right? Anything with the Mediterranean diet's got to be.
I don't know if
longer.
it. So I didn't look all of them up because
There's a
some of
place
the
in
obvious
Costa
ones.
Rica where people are living like to 106 years old or something.
That's not the average, though.
No, but there's multiple people that lived like past the age of
Yeah.
105.
So this is what was weird. So I looked out of the 50 countries. I looked up the ones that I thought were kind of didn't make sense to me. You ready? Slovenia. That doesn't seem like a country
It's like
that you would live longer than us.
Just like an Eastern Bloc
Slovaks,
country.
dude. I'm Polish. We call them Slovaks.
Okay.
Slovakians have. I mean,
Teddy's right. Korea and Portugal, and
Japan, right?
Japan is in there, but
Okay.
Peru and Malta.
Oh,
but you know,
okay.
like Slovakia and those Eastern European countries, they eat a lot of vegetables, man.
Yeah.
Like I grew up on a lot of vegetables. I mean, lots. I ate everything from radishes to beets and all that. My grandfather used to make me eat all that stuff.
So that's
They
funny.
have a good diet in that
When
regard.
we were doing averages for last week, when we were doing averages, the average American eats 30% more packaged foods.
Yeah, see,
Pro-
they
pro-
don't
fresh
pro-
foods.
processed
no,
foods.
see, over there,
Yeah.
they're smart, man.
That leads to cancer.
a lot of I bet you a lot of gardens over there.
all the processed foods with the carcinogens, that's what causes the cancers. That's why cancer and arteriosclerosis are the two number one killers
Yeah.
every year in America.
Yep.
2.1 million people die every year in America. Heart disease,
Yeah.
arteriosclerosis, which is a heart disease,
Hardening
and
of the arteries,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
kidney disease. Yeah, so all that stuff. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
there's a direct correlation.
So
It's not
that
right.
place in Costa Rica, it's like called the Blue Zone or something, right?
Yeah. So
My
Costa
mom was
Rica.
just
Yeah.
there. She was telling
Yeah.
me the story about.
Yeah, I was surprised. Now here's some weird ones. Croatia, Colombia, and Chile all have you're all going to live longer. Your average life expectancy is longer. And here's the thing.
Croatia's over there, in like.
It's Eastern Bloc. That's Eastern
Yeah,
Bloc
but
Europe. Yeah.
it's beautiful over there in Croatia.
sure, I'm sure it is,
On the
yeah.
the sea,
Czechoslo-
whatever sea that
But the
is,
thing is, aren't we constantly being? I mean, I can't turn on a TV show where they're not advertising a drug, right, to help you live better.
what about Samoans?
I didn't see that.
And Hawaiians.
I was going through here
They're
real
held-
fast.
I mean, they're
You would think, right?
yeah, they're very.
Here's the one that blew my mind because I've never heard of it. There's a country called Czechia.
I think I heard of Chechnya.
No.
Chechnya.
There's no
Chechnya?
N. It's
Oh.
Chechia. Czechia.
No.
Never heard of it before
yeah.
in my life, but they have a longer life expectancy than us. And the thing that threw me, the thing that just kind of threw a wrench in the whole thing is we're supposed to be, drugs and healthcare and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of these places, there's not a lot there.
You know what's fucked up? You would think that the Eskimos would drive our average up, right? Because Alaska's in America now, right? Eskimos live a long time.
Now, Alaska's in America now.
Well, since 1952.
I don't know. Don't they take old Alaskans or old Eskimos and put them on a ice float and push them away?
Yeah, I think the culture.
Does that count?
No,
Unless they see them dead, does that count?
Eskimos have literally zero heart disease, zero.
okay. Well, we
Come
need to.
I'm not joking. They
Well-
eat a lot. They eat a fish fatty diet, like a fish. I mean,
Yeah, so fish. Yeah, so fish oil is
like
good.
omega 3.
Omega
right?
3, yeah. All fish oil is good. Yeah, it's good for your heart. It's not. I mean, if you eat like fried food every day, but yeah, obviously fish oil is a good counterbalance to all that stuff.
There's,
yeah,
I mean, there's a study. I mean, they literally have zero heart disease and all that stuff. And that.
well, unless it's hereditary, but yeah, I mean, in general, yeah, if you eat a healthy.
Yeah, genetically, they're genetic. I mean, genetically speaking,
Yeah.
that group of
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The whole thing kind of freaked me out when I looked at countries that don't have, allegedly that massive, awesome health care that we're supposed to have, that's supposed to keep us alive.
Well, you don't need it if you're already living healthy. Then you don't need the healthcare system if you already have a healthy lifestyle. I mean, you only need a doctor if you're sick,
yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
So.
That just kind of blew my mind. Yeah, but it was just so
Dude,
weird.
your mind's been blown a lot tonight,
Dude,
At least 7 times, I think you blew his mind. I'm gonna go
Wow.
back and listen to this. We're gonna mark it up.
He's very flummoxed.
no, so
That
so
blew my
that
mind.
is that's wild because somebody was asking me about the show and how long we've been doing it. And,
Did that blow your mind?
And no, it did not blow my mind. But we're going to have our 100th show will be coming on in a couple of weeks, in less than a month.
Does that blow your mind?
And somebody asked me.
All right, I'll stop.
Now it's not funny anymore.
I'll stop.
No, and somebody asked me, it's like what's the biggest thing about the show? And I said, well, number one, that it's popular, right? That tens of thousands of people are listening every week. I said the other thing is I've learned more in the last 2 years about the world and everything that's going on because I never had to, and just from doing the show, I have learned more than I could possibly ever thought I would know.
See, the problem with Ted and I is we learn it too, but we forget.
Ted, you know,
how
how many people did Ted ask if
I
we
sit
had him on
too
the show?
close to Ted, so I'm catching the Tedisms. I'm getting Teditis. I got Teditis.
It's like
No, before the show. Before the show today, I told Teddy that we ran into
the tennis elbow, Ted.
I said, Teddy, I ran into Mike Stone, and he goes, Mike Stone, he's the golf pro at the course you used to work at.
I remember.
And I said, yeah,
he does remember,
right? And but then he said this. He goes, hey, wasn't he on the show? And I'm like, yeah, Ted. Yeah, how does he not remember that? How do you
did
not remember?
the fact that he brought it up.
Yeah, I brought it up.
But he asked it. He didn't say it. He asked it.
That's how Ted does. Though.
No,
Ted
because
knows the answer.
we've done.
Oh, and he fakes like he
done-
doesn't know the
No, he's
answer.
just asking it like a rhetorical question.
We've been here for like say 2 years. I mean, we've had a lot of guests, and I do remember him. Yeah, he was in here in person.
It was
yeah,
a
I remember
rhetorical question.
Yeah, but I'm saying he was here. So
Okay. All right.
he didn't give me a tip. That's all I remember. Oh, actually, he did review our. Yeah, remember you sent him your swing and my swing, but like for some reason Mark's swing wasn't.
Yeah, he
didn't
wasn't able to
Mark's
see
swing,
Mark's swing. Yeah, yeah. And he, you know what? It's funny because when I talked to him today, he goes, "Is Ted still playing golf, or did he finally quit?" And I was like,
Mark,
yeah,
you know what, Mark?
that's
If you
wrong.
would have sent him your swing, he would have said, "Keep your head down. You're bouncing.
Oh my God.
You're bouncing.
I do bounce.
what? No one.
You're very bouncy."
My head. I don't keep my head down.
Ted is diagnosing your swing and giving you advice. Here's what you should do right now: hit Ted hard.
Ted gives me good advice, man.
What?
He does. He said I was.
Stop sucking. Play better.
I didn't say that.
You're in for a treat tomorrow, my friend.
Oh man, you are. Listen. I've said this to a
What
lot
did
of
you
guys.
What did you hit today?
84.
All right, you're dead.
But I counted every. Unlike some people, I counted every stroke.
Who, me?
No.
Are you talking about me?
The guys we
No,
played with.
no,
Oh,
nobody
but Ted
did-
and
no.
I, the three of us count every
No,
stroke.
No, we're
listen,
legit.
no,
we're
listen,
legit.
listen.
Not us. You're not talking about
One
us.
of the guys I'm playing with today, his ball's behind the tree. I told Teddy his ball's directly behind a tree. And I go, hey, your ball's over there. And he picks up his ball. He goes, yep, that's my ball. And then he walks 2 feet away. He puts it down, and then he hits.
To give himself a clear shot.
Yeah. And then he hits on. He takes a putt. He misses the putt by like 4 feet. And he walks over, and he just kind of hits it forward. It doesn't go in. He's like, yeah. And then somebody asks him his score, and he says 4. And I was like, okay. I'm like, if you want to do that, that's
See,
cool.
I can't
but
do that anymore. I mean, honest to God, the way I play golf is the way you guys play golf, and I used to play it less like I play it now, but now I play it like it is. I'm insane now. I can't.
There's more satisfaction to that, right?
There's way more.
Well,
more
there's-
satisfaction.
I mean, there's a lot of pain,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of
Yeah.
but there's a lot of joy when
Yeah.
you do good,
Right.
Because you realize
When you really
that-
do good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but there's more pain than joy.
Yeah,
but
of course.
it's
Of
okay
course, yeah.
because I know that the next round might not be so painful. Like when I shot a 107 at Chevy last time, but on my birthday I shot a 90.
Yeah.
That's fucking huge.
But even 107
and
might
I
not.
played,
good,
and
yeah.
you know, and I know, and you know that I'm playing the same way. We're counting every stroke.
Yeah.
So when you shoot a 90 and you count every stroke,
That means something.
Yeah.
That means something.
I hear it. It's probably like how Zach Levine from the Bulls feels when
he misses 10
he
layups.
says he plays great. He played great, and then someone says, "Hey, you were 6 for 16," and he went, "Yeah, but those 6 shots were the best shots anyone's ever made ever."
didn't say that.
And you're just like, yeah, he's like, okay, yeah, but you
I
missed.
told you what he needs to do. He just needs to kick it out.
Go somewhere
Aren't
else.
they going to trade him?
Yeah,
I thought they were
quit.
gonna trade him, yeah.
move on,
Yeah.
play defense. I don't know. What do you say to somebody like that? Yeah, I have no
I
idea
know.
what you.
It's
say.
time, it's time
Well,
to move him along.
I know. I could coach Zach Levine, and I could coach that Bulls team.
He's not going to listen.
He would listen to me.
No, you think Billy Donovan? You think the Bulls coach is not telling Zach Levine, "Listen to me, stop doing that. What
Matt,
the fuck is your problem?"
Do you know what
and
the
he
most
just looks at me and goes,
powerful
"Okay,
thing on
coach."
the most powerful thing on a basketball team is the bench. That's the
What,
most.
like, oh, you mean
your
put
ass-
him on the bench?
Yeah. Okay, Zach.
You're not going to sit. You're not going to sit. It'd be like
Who's
telling.
going to tell me what to do? You're going to. Okay, I'm the coach of the team. I'm in charge of wins and losses, right? If this guy ain't doing his job, he's sitting on the bench next man up. And I know that's a Thibodeau thing, but I'm saying that.
Hey,
if
LeBron
if upper
James.
management's got a problem, Zach Levine's not LeBron James. If management's got problem with that, then they could fire me because I'm going to coach the team to win.
But you don't want to be fired. You want to make your money.
Well, no, I mean,
so
he
you
made
don't
your
do
money.
that. So
Donovan's got enough money, believe me. He won
Really
2
because
championships at
because
Florida.
Greg Popovich is coaching the Spurs and he's 75 years
still-
old.
he's still
one of
coaching the
great-
Spurs?
He is 70.
He's
He's still there?
Yes, he's one of,
And
but
he
he's
just
getting
signed.
it done.
You ready? Ready? He was 74. I believe he's 74. He signed a 5-year contract.
Because he's that great.
Do something. You listen. You're 75 years old. He could drop dead at any second. Stop coaching and go have
Dude,
fun.
he does drink a lot of wine. He eat a lot of red meat. Did you ever hear about his famous like dinners out? Like,
No, I haven't heard.
oh man, he knows how to eat and drink. He's a wine. He's basically a sommelier, and
Sommelier.
sommelier, and What?
Oh, you just say it wrong. You're just saying sommelier. Okay, so moving on.
Anyway.
Moving on. That's what he does for fun. He eats and drinks. I mean, people do that to live.
Oh, wait, you cut my sound.
No,
You just muted me. What the fuck?
Ted's muted.
See how Ted does it?
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. I don't want to do sports stuff.
No.
We can't.
No,
we can't.
no.
Let's put
Oh,
it.
you started it. You can't start talking about the Bulls. And
Listen,
expect me
listen.
to shut up.
Listen, it's 2 days before
Or
Thanksgiving.
basketball.
It's 2 days before Thanksgiving, so I mean everybody's getting ready to do. I mean, if you're in America, you're getting ready to what? Eat a lot of food,
Watch
and
a lot
watch
of football.
football.
A lot of football.
Yeah. If you're
Yeah,
if you're
but
if you're in
Thursday,
Canada,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Bears
Sunday.
versus Lions, and then what? Cowboys versus somebody. It's always right.
No, Bears play Sunday.
Oh, who plays on Thursday? I mean, I don't want to get into
No,
sports,
Bears
but-
play the Lions this Sunday. Thursday it's going to be Dallas and Detroit. You're right.
Yeah.
Dallas.
So there's always
Yeah.
Detroit plays on Thursday.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, but don't worry about that. Let's put this thing to bed. Teddy, last thoughts 2 days before Thanksgiving.
I enjoyed this podcast as usual. Happy Thanksgiving to our growing family out there. Keep listening. Keep giving us support. Keep sending those tips. Movie mentions. Yeah, we love the feedback. Keep up the good work.
Our fans are doing the hard work for us, so that Ted can tell people not to go and ruin parties. I tell you right now, though, the greatest that was the best ever tip.
That was the best tip you've ever given. It was so smart and well thought out, and I honest to God, I agree with it 100%.
Yeah.
I hate it when people make them bigger. I mean, yeah, no, you're right. Everything about that. I don't want to step on your glory because I can't say it any better than you did.
What if you stepped on my glory hole? It's okay.
Yeah. No, the best
Or
ever.
morning
Ted.
glory.
The best ever. You have achieved. Here's the beauty of it.
Hey, those are flowers.
Yeah. You have achieved a level. I don't even know how I'm going to find the next question that could even come close to that.
Well,
So
let's keep them coming and find out.
I thought, you know what I thought you're gonna. I always try and guess where you're gonna go with this.
So do I.
What'd you think I
So
was gonna say?
I always do.
Listen, when I'm picking
when he
these, when I'm
sends
reading
it,
them,
when he sends a text,
Yeah.
I start thinking
Do you
about.
guys have like a bet among yourselves?
No, we don't.
no, but I always think like, what's Ted going to say?
So you know what I thought you were gonna say this
Yeah.
time?
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say, yes. As soon as you come in the door,
Yep.
just announce it so everybody hears. That way, if the room is a bad vibe, you can cut out right away and fucking just go do your thing. Otherwise, you may have a miserable time. I thought you were going to say that because you know what I'm saying, right? Because if he goes in there and the reaction is like, oh my God, at least you got it. At least you just, you cut yourself loose. Let's go to dinner.
And then you Costanza.
Honey, let's go to dinner.
Yeah, you Costanza.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
I'm out.
I'm
That's
out.
it. Right? You didn't have to waste your time there.
Right. That's
what I thought you were going to say. And then you just took a turn down logical
lane. Yeah.
And I didn't even know that existed in Ted Town.
That's why we're here, baby.
Yeah.
Ted Town did not have a logical lane prior to tonight.
It has a main street. It has 2 currency exchanges and 17 bars, and 13 liquor stores.
Liquor store, gun
There's
store.
actually a distillery,
Where
a Crown Royale
you taking us?
distillery.
But it does not have a logical lane. Yeah. All right, Mark. Last thoughts.
My last thoughts coming into the holiday season. I'm just grateful for you guys for being on the show. I'm also really, really thankful that right now things are good in my life with my family, and I hope everybody else is doing well too. But for those that aren't doing so well, hang in there and be thankful for what you got, and just know things turn out okay if you want them to.
Whoa.
Positive mental attitude. Stay focused.
Wow. That is really
Stay
good.
sexy, San Diego.
Stay sexy, Mequon, Illinois.
Oh,
God. Yeah, for all our South Park listeners, just jacking it and saying.
Oh, and I didn't know you can hide the smell of a decaying corpse with cellophane or.
Just if you wrap it in plastic, it'd be like wrapping.
I didn't
mean,
know that.
you can wrap meat.
Because you
in
can
plastic.
wrap meat and you smell it rotten in the fridge. It's wrapped up.
Not if it's like I don't know.
I could smell rotten meat in Tupperware.
Yeah, you would think there'd be some
in
type.
the
I mean,
fridge.
we'll get into that some other.
But no,
time.
it was
Hey,
so
she's
long.
not a genius.
No,
a year and a half.
I mean, let's get the woman some dry ice.
Oh,
or
she
something.
also bought tubs of Vicks Vapor Rub to put under her nose. She walked around with that under her nose like it was in a morgue.
Like the homicide detective, they put the Vicks vapor rubber on when they find.
She was around town constantly with Vicks Vapor Rub under her nose. And she bought all the iodine. They still didn't figure it out.
I need 100 bottles of eye drops and every Vicks
Oh,
Vapor
and
Rub
she
you
was
have.
shaking hands with his arm every time she went out.
Oh man, that is so.
Like a puppeteer.
Dude, that is
somehow
so
his thumb.
wrong. You guys,
Every time she went out, she shook with his hand.
that is so.
Everyone got a kick out
It's like
of it.
Weekend at Bernie's Part 3.
Where'd you find that hand? Oh, just in the yard. Yeah,
It's a
just
Chiefs hand.
It's an extra hand.
Oh, sure it is.
Oh man, so I kind of the same way. I'm like, listen, man, have fun at Thanksgiving. If you get a chance, if you're in America and you get a chance and you're hanging out with your friends, family, hang out with your friends and family, have a good time. And yeah, and I know people get kind of bummed out during this holiday season and everything, but just kind of fight through it. I mean, there's somebody out there for sure that you can hang out with at any time. The key is finding some good friends like I have with Mark and Ted, right? And finding some people that you really enjoy hanging out with, right? And just kind of embrace it, right? Just kind of embrace it. You don't need 50 good friends. You really only need a couple and hang out and have a good time. That's really what life is all about. So yeah, eat, drink, be merry. And the next time you hear from us, we're going to have my sister's going to be on the show. And we are going to have a very, very exciting show. And we've got some really cool stuff coming up. So, and we're going to celebrate our end of the year, our big end of the year party show. So it's going to be a good time.
And I got one more thing about that sheriff that was, dismembered. So let me ask you this, Ted. No,
get rid of all
Ted,
body parts.
So she took his arm out like we were joking about shaking hands. What if she took his arms out, right, and went around town to like a local bar and started groping like women with it? Do you think they're so stupid that they would like arrest the sheriff for groping? Like they would
DNA.
Like, she could say it wasn't me, it was the sheriff. That's the sheriff's arm. Oh, he's grabbing you again. He's grabbing you again.
That is not where I thought you were going. I thought you were going.
And then all of a sudden they went to her house and they arrested all of his body parts for groping. That's how stupid the law enforcement is in that time. The last place they looked was her house.
Oh my God! All right, listen. You know what? With that in mind, if you live in a small town, maybe move. Or don't kill anybody.
Or grope with the sheriff's arms if you're a groper.
Or you know what? If you live in a small town, kill somebody. You'll probably get away with it. Just don't keep the body. Okay? So that's the message. That's my last thought. Listen, we love everybody.
Stop.
Keep listening and don't keep the body.